Hi guys, this is Claudia here from Metaldays 2016 with a wonderful interview now. So you said just before we were starting the interview that you had been traveling, and with that weather now it's a bit rainy, you can't really enjoy the beach, but you've been somewhere before where you could enjoy it?
Yeah. I just told you we were up in Tromsø in Norway, which is like even like way above like the north point of Sweden is like above like polar. It's the polar sea, I think. And like we were very lucky, and it was like a sunny day, and we just went like swimming and hung out on the beach up there, which was kind of rare, I think. That was one of the most like beach moments on this tour. I guess we have to go up to the polar sea to get it, but
Yeah.
it's,
So now in the south, the weather is a bit different. Yeah. With your songwriting in Graveyard, is it you all write songs together or you write the parts, separately? How do you go about it?
it differs a bit, but mostly like one of us has kind of like the general idea about the song, and then we just bring it to the rehearsal space, and we just work it out together there, and like everyone try to like have some input in the songwriting, and like put in their pieces into it, and like make it like more of a full expression, group expression from like one person's seed or idea, and we just try to make it like a group effort in the end.
And for your albums, you decide on specific topics or leave stuff aside and then say, okay, this is probably for the next.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't been like discussing like the topics of the album before. It just like comes about naturally, I think. And of course, there are like in the end songs that we have to leave out because they don't fit in very well. Like after a while, when you work on an album, you kind of realize, yeah, this is what the album is about, like kind of, and like comes naturally. And then like we have some songs maybe but that won't fit into this whole thing, and we just leave them out, and maybe they end up on another record, or they just disappear. I don't know.
Or you have an EP or something.
What? Yeah. They're like sometimes like a song that isn't on the album like turns up on like a like you said, like a B-side or a like bonus track or something like that.
So when you're on tour, you always work with a crew. So how is that with you? Is it like a second family, or is it more like, okay, these are the professionals that work in there? How does that feel?
Yeah, no, we have pretty much the same guys with us all the time, and it's like we're they're like a part of, they're members of the band. Like we always travel with them, and it's not them and us. It's just like a group. It's like a family kind of thing. We just that little time we're on the stage, like they are also on the stage, and all of the traveling, they're always with us. So it's just a group of people, and yeah, it's a one big band kind of. Like you see four of us on stage, but there's like eight of us mostly, or nine.
And you have a sound technician with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you find that person?
John, he's been with us for like many years now. He was just a guy from Gothenburg, like a friend of I think our drummer originally, and he was into like he was touring with other bands at the time, but more of a like a maybe I think monitor technician or whatever you call it, like working with the monitors on stage, and he wanted to like work as a front of house, and Graveyard needed a front of house, and so he's been with us for a long time now.
And you also have a light technician with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like during the summer we play festivals, and sometimes we play midday, and then he maybe is not with us, but always when we do like our own tours, he's always with us to make this like lighting, and before the tour we like discuss like how we want the lighting to be, and we're back and forth with him and try to like work out a concept, like that. So he's also like a very integrated part of the whole thing.
Because that's very varying, with every band, really.
Yeah, I mean, not all bands have like the opportunity to bring along we would prefer to have more people with us, but there's always like a limit where you have to like fit in a van, or you have the money, you have to pay everyone also, and. But yeah, we're fortunate enough to have bring our own light, so, which is really good.
And is there sometimes ideas that you really have to discuss hard, like, no, we should do it like that because it fits better or so, and then you have to really decide on, no, this is the way it's going to be, or you always have like the same state of mind?
No, we disagree on a lot of things, of course. Yeah. It's always like a lot of discussion. I mean, now it's just at this point where we've been touring a while and the album came out like a few months ago. We're like pretty much just on a roll, and like we don't discuss much at this point. But like before we started touring on the album, there was a lot of discussing back and forth and like ideas, and everyone had their own idea and had to like come to some kind of conclusion, and eventually it will turn out to something, and probably it's good, hopefully.
I have a question that I have in all my interviews because it's like interesting for me too, and that is, what is an artist? Are you an artist? What defines an artist, or who?
Oh yeah, I definitely think of us all as artists. That's like a very crucial ingredient. Like there's a lot of things. It's very hard to like put your finger on what exactly is the artistic part of it all, but because it's just there's a lot like if you want to, like, you can all look at it as art, but it's also like craft is something, and like technique and everything like that, like all the gear and stuff like that maybe. But then like during being on stage and like being at that point where you like have to like put something across and like express something there, you need to like consider yourself an artist, I think, to be able to like reach people, like to communicate whatever you want to communicate. It takes a bit of artistry there, not only the skills, it's also like I have to also like be able to feel and like put everything together, like to come across.
So the performance part is also important to you.
Yeah, and the writing also, and also like within the like in the studio, like choosing sounds and whatever. Like it's always like this. You have to like see it. I think I look at it as like trying to tell a story, or like to try to communicate, like use this language of art. It's like, I don't know. There's a lot of things combined, but there's artistry in it, I hope.
Yes, there is. So talking about the sounds also, is there a lot of pickiness or thinking about the gear? There's all the effects and amps and so on. So is it really important to you about the gear, or do you say, no, it's our performance anyways and never mind the gear?
No, I mean, not specifically the gear, but what the gear produce, like the sound of it, is of course very important. Like to if you have an idea and you want that specific idea to like to be to have people hear it, what you're thinking, you have to be very picky about the gear. Like not in like using that or that brand, or like or being like nerdy about it. Just listen to what it does and see if it fits with your idea and what you think of is a good sound. So it comes down to you have to be kind of picky about it, I think.
So with this answer, thank you very much for the interview and enjoy the show. Thank you.